And you guys already know I would not be representing anybody who did not affiliate with Father's Rights. Call my man at 443-768-8158. And if you need to email him because of correspondence you need him to look at, it's winningstrategies.fcc@gmail.com. This is Dads for the Win. It's your boy Norm. See you in another video.
All right, good evening, good evening, good evening. This is the first session for the Fleecing of Fatherhood podcast that we are doing to bring light to the unjust family court system. Okay, so there are several guests that are supposed to come on tonight. I know one is already here in the studio, but just to give you a tidbit of what's going to happen tonight, we're going to go over several things. Okay, we're going to go over basically what is fleecing. Okay, and what does it mean to be fleeced out of fatherhood? Okay, a lot of people either don't know, don't care, or have no idea what's going on in the family courts. Okay, but it's real important. Okay, uh, case in point, I was called yesterday. Well, I got a text yesterday while I was at work. Father said, "Hey, I'm in court. I just got out of court. The mother of my child is trying to just not be a co-parent. Okay, she is trying to take my child from me. Okay, she's not giving me anything. So basically, what happened is the case got set for January. Okay, why did he reach out to me? Because as a nonprofit organization, we are here to help the parents, not just the fathers, the parents come up with a co-parenting plan or hope they can come up with a co-parenting plan before they can go to court. Okay? Before it reaches the judge's chambers. All right. So, sometimes parents do come up with those plans and the courts, for whatever reasons, they say, nah, I don't like it. Let me not I don't want to say well, I'm gonna say the courts. Normally it's the judge or magistrate here in Maryland. All right. And they send it back. For what? Because and truth has to be told right about now. Okay? Because no money is to be made. Okay? No money is being brought forth. Okay? So basically, that is why I did what I did with tonight. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing with tonight. Okay. And as you see in the chat, I want everyone to share this with anybody, your friends, family, so they can share this with everybody. Okay. Um, it's about exposure. Okay. If we expose the family court, okay, if we say what's going on with them, then more than likely they'll probably start to want to change. Okay. They'll probably want to start to want to change. But it takes us to, at a concentrated effort, to just get it out there. Well, I say concentrated because sometimes we go into the courtrooms or downtown or wherever your, I'll say, judicial area is, and we say what's going on. They don't take it seriously. Why? Because there's not a lot of strength in numbers. All right. For what I don't know. Okay. And because I'm here in Baltimore, I'm gonna start off with being here. Okay. A lot of times judges feel like the father is not gonna do anything but give the child to his mother to watch, while he goes out and gallivant and do whatever. Okay. I know that's not the case all the time. All right. And that was not the case with me when I first became a father at 19. Okay. However, the my mother told me one time the game don't change, only the players. Okay. And they're still doing it today. Okay. That's why that gentleman reached out to me. All right. What we did, what winning strategies did, how I've learned from my past is there was an organization, us, that was advocating for him to be a co-parent in that child's life. All right. She has been keeping him from that child for the past year. Okay. So what did winning strategies do? He got out of court. He called us. We worked on the letter, got the letter done. Okay. It's being sent to her right about now. Okay. Letting her know, hey, yeah, you were in court yesterday and he wants to be a part of his child's life. So basically, you should be a co-parent and allow him to be present in that child's life while this is building up. And let me preface why I said, okay, you got 3 months here in the state of Maryland before you get to court, all right, at least in family court, to talk about the case. If you're talking about custody, okay, and there's no reason for you to have a parent to have sole custody unless a father is on um the child watch list or he has done something real egregious where he has been um a sex offender. Okay, if you're a sex offender, I ain't got nothing for you. Okay, we're talking about children helping them come up. That plays heavily in the court's eyes. All right. So why is she seeking sole custody? Is it because he's not with her? Is it because he doesn't do? No, because he has a nice income. Okay. However, you know, he reached out to me because Winning Strategies is not here to make a profit. Winning Strategies is here to help fathers be co-parents, put their best foot forward to be co-parents. All right. That's why we are here today. And we've been doing it strong. Okay. We are fundraising at when the Baltimore Orioles were playing, we were there. Now we're back over at the Ravens Stadium. We'll be there tomorrow. Okay. At stand 536 if you're down there. All right. That's a Bebo Nacho stand. All right. We're there fundraising. We're there helping fathers to pay for their court costs. We're helping fathers to go to the Office of Administrative Hearings. Okay, we'll give them a format of how they want their case to looked at, and we'll get into all that. But before we do, let me bring on somebody who's here to talk over this with me. All right, I suppose I have several guests, but I know one of them is here right now. Uh, my good friend, my good friend, my good friend.
What up, Eric? How you feeling, my guy?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm blessed. I got you helping me out. I mean, this gentleman right here, the videos that you're about to see, this is the gentleman that put them together for me. Okay, I couldn't have did this on my own. All right,
Ain't nothing.
but Mr. Nix,
Yes,
please
sir.
introduce yourself.
Oh, well, where do I start? I am Norman Nix of the Norman Nix Show. I wear many hats. I'm a video editor, advocate for fathers' rights. and an advocate for victims' rights as far as crimes and interrogations, which is my main channel on YouTube. Um, I have a second channel that parallels with Eric's channel, which is the uh, basically the Norman Nick Show Father's Rights Education. So we try to, when I do these little projects for Eric, when he requests like an edit or a commercial or something like that, I try to put what I do for him on that channel. So people will, kind of funnel in and see that there is a place or a niche they can go to if they have questions about, DIY family court. It doesn't matter what state you're in, the background of winning strategies, the community around winning strategies, and not just winning strategies, but what we're starting in other islands in other places so we can all cooperate together in one kind of organized unit, because it doesn't make any sense for us as fathers to try to make a headquarters or a central like hub for everybody to go to as a target. So we would like to treat this as like an organism where we have like fathers educated everywhere, picking up on all the knowledge that we have, even starting their own channels and their own platforms. So that way awareness can just get through, by repetition of testimonials and in progress as far as what is not in mainstream as resources or whatever. And basically with my background as a paralegal and a skip tracer, I kind of expertise in looking for solutions to problems. So I think that about it wraps it up in a nutshell, Eric, about my intro anyway.
All right. All right. Now, there's going to be several topics discussed. Okay, not topics discussed. Um, to this evening. All right. However, before we get into it, and I told you how Norman uh does all of my work. Okay. I send it to him. I say you use your brain to come up with the idea for it. I just use the fundraiser money to funnel it to him. Let me show you one of the or a few of the other videos he's put together.
Yeah.
And where are we going to put them? We can't put them in the civil court or the Supreme Court because press goes in there to report. So we have to put them in a place where nobody can see the morons that we're pointing to the court.
The government has overstepped their authority on numerous times, state to state. Money or favors should not determine whether you get to have a relationship or time with your child. It's no secret the family system is broken and even corrupt. There is a podcast that lets your story be heard and solutions for others in a similar position. On Saturday, October the 12th, 19th, and 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What are the problems you had or have? What are the resources or solutions that will change the game? No more outdated laws and stereotypes. Time to organize and listen to the people. As a special thank you to the first 10 guests to the podcast, you get a gift. Craft a symbol of your cherished connections with the custom stainless steel link bracelet. This durable, elegantly designed piece is perfect for anyone wishing to carry a piece of their heart on their wrist. Engrave up to 4 names in telling your unique story, be it your children, siblings, or friends, and keep your loved ones with you throughout the day.
So is this offer still standing right now, Eric?
Yes.
All right. So anybody who is wanting to join into the panel, because I think C4 was trying to get in here. I seen her on my end because I was sending out notifications. So anybody who wants to get on the panel, is there a link to the site so they can just jump on the back end of the StreamYard, or?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, there is.
All right. So the first 10 people that get on will get this bracelet. As far as you being able to put your loved ones' names on there, up to 4 names on the bracelet. Like I said, it's a free gift just for participating and letting us know not only your opinion, but your story or somebody else's story that you want to share as far as the system, how it could have been handled differently as far as the gist of it. So yeah,
Okay.
um, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, Norman. You see the stream?
I am looking at the stream on my computer, but when I'm in the phone, I can't see it. Let me see if I can grab it out of the comments.
But anyway, all right.
Well, actually,
Now,
I could share it on my end. I can pull it off of Messenger on my end and share it.
all
But go
right,
ahead.
that'll work. All right. So, but basically, to go off of what fleecing of fatherhood is, okay? Fleecing. And let me take it directly from our lovely Google. Okay. Fleecing. Obtain a great deal of money from someone, typically by overcharging or swindling them. Okay? A lot of fathers are saying that they are being overcharged by the courts. A lot of fathers are being said that the courts are taking advantage of them. All right? So, to stop that taking advantage of, okay, we are trying to educate you on your rights. We're trying to go down to not Annapolis. I'm tired of talking with the people down there, okay, because they don't always want to do. And talking with one of the, I'll say, agencies that try to push legislation. I'm sorry. He told me, he said, Eric, you got delegates in the family law system or the family judicial branch. They said Maryland's an old state. They ain't trying to give fathers anything. Okay, and basically, we've been in Annapolis for since 2018. Okay, I know my job. Come end of December, I'm trying to rack up as much time as I can so I can go down to Annapolis. Okay, even if I can't go, I'm going to write in. I'm going to send my vote in because they are they are treating fathers wrong. Okay, so that's how we're trying to get things done here in the state of Maryland. Okay, and what we're trying to do as well is, and I've been having this going on for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Been on TikTok. I got 4,000 views from it. I
Nice.
said that I was willing because I'm off on Thursdays, every other Thursday in the month, to go to Baltimore City, Baltimore County. I didn't say it in the video, but I'm saying it now. Prince George's County, Howard County, and Anne Arundel County family courts to pay for fathers who want to file. Okay. Now, here's the tidbit of everything. If you're tired of filing in the family courts, okay, because you don't seem like it's getting anywhere, you can choose to go to the Office of Administrative Hearings here in the state of Maryland. Okay, and you could tell them how the judge or the magistrate in your case is not abiding by the family court, and you feel as though you're being fleeced. Okay, even if you
So
reach out, like
so
I
let
did.
so let me interrupt you real quick, Eric. So as far as like, let's say for instance, because everybody's fingerprint is different as far as like court, you know what I mean, and baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, all that stuff. So let's say I have a unique story and a unique issue, and I can't tackle it myself for a number of reasons: my age, my inexperience, pressures, whatever it is. What would be the first step that I would take in order to be able to follow this process that you've been ingraining in everybody? But what would be like the first process you would recommend if I was like, yo, I'm interested in winning strategies, what do I do? Do I call Eric first? Do I just reach out to the website? Do I just go on Facebook and put in a post on his page and hopefully get snagged up? Or
Uh, No, basically, all of what you just said is good. However, 443-768-8158. 443-768-8158. Here's the hit. My phone is set up to whereas if you're not in my phone book, you're going straight to voicemail. So it's best to text me. Text me what do you want? Text me the three things that's plaguing you about your family court case so we can talk it out. I can send you to the office of what do they call it? Legal aid bureau. Okay. From my paralegal program, they told me to tell them to go there, and you can still work with them, Eric. But if you feel as though you're not going to get what you need from from the legal aid bureau, hey, I'll sit down with you and I'll tell. It's called DIY. Okay,
Mhm,
and I'm going to show you something. Okay, I kept a hold of this over the years, and I just found it the other day, Norman. It's basically off of how you actually talked about things, how you explain things.
mhm.
Hold on for me. Maryland State Bar Association, the Leadership Academy at one time, put out this handbook. Okay, hold on for me.
So if being a first time father and some baby mama drama, I'm coming to winning strategies, and I'm saying, Eric, I got this issue, and I'm just gonna snowball it. I'm just gonna say she's got domestic violence issues. I got some stuff on camera. I got a black eye, but she beat me to the police, and they took me to jail. You know what I mean, on some crazy stuff. But I got witnesses. So if I come to you on my first and I call the number, what is the first thing that's going to happen when I call you?
We're
We're
going
going
to
to go
talk
over,
about it.
we're going to talk
We're going
about
to
it.
talk
So
about it.
once we do that, what would be like, n- not saying you have to give an average, but what would be the most like out of a range of things that you would do for like, let's say because we always get the drama calls. So what would be like the first thing you would tell a father that tells you this prolific story, says he's got all this stuff. At that point, what would you recommend DIY what he does before reading this book, before doing anything as far as to help himself?
To help himself, I would make sure that I would tell I tell fathers, make sure you have everything documented. Okay.
So he has that documented, but as far as like needing help in court, would you recommend that he, let's say, depending where he's at, like let's say he's first time father, he's on the birth certificate, but he's not married. So what would be like the first thing that you would recommend to him to do in that situation?
Reach out to the lawyers in the court. They do have pro se lawyers in the court that will work with you.
And
Okay.
then and this is not only going to be to get time with your kids, but this is also going to be to establish paternity, as you said in the beginning also, so that way you have a ground to stand on, because just because you're on the birth certificate does not necessarily mean that you have any rights to stand on in court, because anybody could be put on that receipt. The question is did you sign that receipt? And did you go to court? Because you're not married. And if you're not married, even though you sign that birth certificate, it's not a guarantee that that's going to hold up in court, because they're going to want to see something where you went to court and got a DNA test, or that you actually said in court, I concede, and even though we're unwed, I am the father of this child, and blah blah blah. So, and that would be the foundation, that I was thinking of, as far as when they come to me and ask me, what do I do first? And it's like, well, I'm glad you want to help yourself. Go here and do this. Let me know what happened. And as soon as they do that, and I know they're serious, then I come back and I'm like, yo, now go to winning strategies so we can set you up for court. You know what I mean? Get you set up on these, mock trial call that's going to come up, because this first one is not going to be trial. First one is just going to be a hearing. So yeah, we want to break down the steps and whatnot. So, but my bad. I didn't mean to take over. I just wanted to make sure
No,
that the
no,
areas that we're
because
going to follow.
because no. listen, y'all. I am the Robin to Batman. Okay, I call Norman Batman. All right, he tells me, he gives me, he's like, yo, I know you can do this. All right, so since I'm here in Maryland, he's over there in Arizona. You in Phoenix
Mhm.
now, right?
Yep.
All right. So we've been communicating over what, 3 years?
Years.
So
Years.
he's even been here um
Couple
doing
times.
a session for, he did sessions for fathers. Sorry, no one showed up. But hey, now
Hey, it doesn't matter. It's the thing is it's all practice. Even if nobody shows up when you build it, and you know they say, oh, if you build it, they will come. That's not always the truth because when I first started out, wasn't nobody showing up. You know what I mean? But they started. It's a snowball effect. You just got to keep putting the stuff out there, and they may watch it on the rerun, but then they're gonna get interested and be like, yo, this he's talking about what I need to talk about. But I got food being delivered, so I'm gonna walk and talk at the same time.
all right. So listen, everybody, okay? If you heard us how we said excuse me, going over what you need for court, going over how to prepare yourself. All right. Look, right here. And I'm sorry that they don't have this anymore. So you're getting it. All right. Because they should give this out in court. Once you go there, you're representing yourself. Why? Because you are a what? Self-represented litigant. You're doing it pro se. All right. It goes over what to expect before your hearing, what to expect. Okay. A lot of fathers don't really know. So you're being fleeced. Okay, because you're coming in there ill prepared. You got a lot of information on your phone. Guess what? They're not looking at your phone. They cannot look at your phone. All right. So basically, you have to print that out. All right. Also, it says what to bring and what to wear. Y'all, if you recall, a few years, a year and a half ago, we were giving out suits, dress pants. Okay, if you wanted a shirt and tie, we took you to the store. We helped you buy it. Okay, if you can't go in there suited and booted, go at least go in there pressed. Okay, at least have your shirt clean. All right. So yes, that's at least something that you can start to do for yourself. All right, you're gonna get that from us, and hopefully you'll get that from talking with legal aid. Okay, to prepare your help to prepare yourself. Okay, because don't be fooled. They do judge you on how you come in there and present yourself. Am I right, Norman?
Absolutely. That's why I tell fathers all the time. The key to civilization is not only communication; it's also presentation. Because ain't nobody gonna listen to that crackhead on the street talking about the end of days, but they'll listen to that minister.
There you go. Now let's go to the next page. Day of your trial or hearing. Okay. Introducing evidence. All right. This and I will copy this. I'll make several copies. Okay, for fathers to have. All right, for a small donation,
Who's for
because
it?
your
Want
donation
it?
goes to
You
help.
want it?
Your donation goes to help other fathers who can't pay for court. All right. Day of your hearing, you can object to certain things that you hear. All right. We need for you to understand you can object to what you
So,
don't agree on. Okay. Don't let it be frivolous. You can object to it. If she's saying something about you, about what you did, you can object and say, How? Where? Do you have proof? A lot of times fathers get jacked up and they get upset because they hear how she or what her, if she brings relatives or friends, what they're talking about, and they get up and they go up in their head and they get frazzled. How do I know? I was there. Okay. I've been there. And to let you know how we're going to take this further, Norman is putting together or has agreed to put together a compilation. Okay. He's going to work his magic, but he's going to do a compilation. What I mean by compilation, several of my times I've been to court. Okay. Because listen, y'all know my son is 16 now. I have a 3-volume thick case law. Instead of trying to scan all of that, because I know people don't read. All right. So basically, what I did and what I did for other fathers, I paid for them to have their DVDs sent. Okay. So you can actually see what goes on in court. Okay. So you can see how it is. In the very last court case was the most important part of my court case. All right. And the people who were there that I called for witness to be witnesses on my behalf, you have a right to subpoena them because I subpoenaed mine. They said, Eric, what you said at the end was powerful. And basically, what I said, because I got tired of being fleeced out of my time for my son, okay? What I basically said was this, ma'am, I just want this to be over because I want access to my son. Here in Baltimore, my 16-year-old needs me even more so now than ever before. Okay? So, I know a lot of other fathers were passionate. You can say how passionate you were. However, if we can see that, it makes it makes an even tougher impact. All right? Before I go on, Mr. Nix, you want say something?
Well, as far as uh, I would say we're still basically on the topics of cadence and how to act in court or presentation, right?
Right.
So one of the things, because I've been doing this for a hot minute too, as far as advocating, and for those that are new to this, or are new to me or Eric, I actually have custody of all three of my kids, and she had them by default. I never married her, but being due diligent, as Eric mentioned before, and keeping track of visits, records of all types, everything that you do to show you're interactive. And the earlier, the better. That statement, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, is one to live by, because if, as a parent, if you are the one that gets up in the morning from the cradle, wakes them up, has to take them to school. They spend all day at school. You bring them home, and all that. You are the hand that rocks the cradle because you're the one that puts them to bed. So with that being said, if you go to court and the judge is looking for stability, the first thing he's doing is looking for foundation. Just like with you showing up to court looking good, he's also going to look for what's the foundation for the best interest of the kids. So if you're showing up to court looking good, but you have no game plan, you have no job, or no, whatever the excuses are, um, there's no foundation. There might be foundation for you to get a start, but there's no foundation for you to be a father to these kids because you were not trying to help yourself. So it's one thing to be able to buy the Nikes and make sure that you got the hairstyle and the fade and all that stuff. But when push comes to shove, are you the one taking that child to school? Are you the one actually involved? And it doesn't even matter about just doing the routine of pickup. because anybody could be a taxi or an Uber. The question is, are you staying for the, sorry, I'm still looking, my food's being delivered. Are you still looking for to be involved where you're like, let's just say it this way, when I got involved, when we went to court, not only did the teachers know who I was because I was involved with all the parent teacher conferences, but with the mother, uh, she didn't try to put my name on the school, information. So I had to go up there with the birth certificate and show them I'm actually here. Can you put my name on the information? And this is pre going to court. So while we were doing that, there were issues with truancy and her getting the kids back and forth to school. So she dropped them off to me one day and I went straight to the courthouse, and the rest is history. So it's not hard to do. It's just being persistent and making sure that you're mature enough to put, you know, your child's needs and wants ahead of yours. And not saying that not all fathers do that, but if you want any advice, especially as a young father, trying to get DIY and look good in court, it's not just about dressing up and being fly and, being a ladies' man. It's also about showing what you can do on paper, you know what I mean, as far as consistency.
Thank you. All right. Now, also, okay, going into court, okay, going into court, remember to always be respectful, okay? Always. I don't care if that judge or magistrate or that court person says something that you don't really care to hear, let them talk, okay? However, you also have a time when you can share information, okay? But say it respectfully, okay? You can kill them with kindness, all right? Trust me, I had to learn that the hard way, all right? Now, it also talks about after your hearing, okay? So the self-represented litigant talks about after your hearing as well. Now, it talks about virtual hearings too. Excuse me. Okay? If you have a session on Zoom, all right? How you get to do things. And I'm gonna let you know right now. You can take that information, you can send that information to the courts that you want to present if you have a Zoom hearing. Okay? Don't shoot yourself in the foot by not presenting anything. And then look, tips from the bench. Okay? Judges give 10 things that they see has been wrong and want you to correct in order to help your child in your situation to be what you want it to be. Okay? Now, uh so the fleecing of fatherhood. Okay? And Norman, I I I I want you to correct me one, but I need you to add some uh meat to this. All right? Hold on for a minute. The fleecing of fatherhood, and Norman, let me know if I'm right. The old and new stick up game. Why did I give it that title? All right. I said the fleecing of fatherhood, the old and new stick up game. Why did I give it that title? Anybody? I had lost you for a minute, no, I'm sorry. Um uh Now I gave it that name, the old and new stick up game, just because it's in the Bible, okay? It's a passage that says there's nothing new under the sun, okay? What's done in the past will be done. I'm paraphrasing. It's going to be done again. Okay? So you got to be on your A game. You have to be on your A game. You have to be there, be willing to educate yourself, be willing to get the knowledge that's going to be shared for you and with you. All right? You have to want to share, want that information. Now, what resources are there for fathers to know their rights when it comes to custody? Okay? What resources? Do anybody know? What resources are available to help walk fathers through preparing for court? And I just read it. Okay? I just read it. If you feel as though you don't have any resources, you have a resource now. Winning Strategies, Fatherhood, the Courts and Custody / Dads for the Win is here to help you at all costs. Okay? There's nothing better than being there for your child or your children when you want to be, not how the court says you have to be, when you want to be there. All right? The resources you have, one is the Legal Aid Bureau. That book that I read from, or that I scanned in, called The Self-Represented Litigant Handbook. Okay? This, they should still have it. They should have it there. You can call them, or like I said, you can reach out to me, text me, okay? 443-768-8158, or send us an email, winnerstrategies.fcc@gmail.com. Okay? We'll send it to you. I'll make sure you get it. All right? Nothing, I mean, no more, no less. All right? You have to want to be there, Dad. Why are fathers upset with the family court? And I took this from James 4:2 and 3. Okay? Hold on, please. I'm sorry. James 4:2 and 3 says, "You covet, but you cannot get what you want. So you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." With that being said, why I put that there? A lot of fathers say, well, hey, I just want to say I want custody so I can get off. Don't have to pay that much in child support. Yeah. That's what we meant. That's what I meant in the beginning when I said it's not here for your mom to take care of the child. It's for you. She took care of you. She helped to bring you to that certain point. Or
Norman Nix 2 or Norman Nix strategies.
hold on, this is Norman. Yo. No problem. No, I go live. Okay. I'm talking to him right now. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. All right. All right. I'm sorry, that was Norman. He got bumped off. Okay, so your wrong motives, you're not gonna get it. Okay, you're not gonna get the custody you want. The courts are ready to give you less time with your children or your child. So you have to have a plan to show how you can be a co-parent. All right. Remember, Malachi 4 and 6 says, he will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse. God is mad with people here in Maryland and other states for not letting fathers have the rights to their child or their children. However, fathers, we have to remain. We have to remain vigilant. Okay. Sometimes
What up, man?
I don't know where your spirituality is, but sometimes you need to. I ain't say denomination. I say spirituality. Okay. Go to him or that deity and say, I need help. I can't do this. I'm losing it. I know there have been many a day, especially with this last court custody situation I've been going through, that I was a mess. If it wasn't for my spiritual side, if it wasn't for the church families that I had, okay, I would have been gone. We have to remember to do the same thing to help ourselves. Okay, Mr. Nix, care to share anything?
As far as motivation and spirituality, I think we all come from different backgrounds. I'm not as spiritual as you are, but I do have my own support system. So even if you aren't into the church or have a father figure that can tell you, slow your roll or whatever, um, as long as you have a positive group of people around you that are humble, it should be able to help you maintain yourself as far as focus. But if you keep hanging around the same knuckleheads that got you broken up with this girl in the first place or this guy in the first place, you're kind of dealing in that insanity, area or whatever, because your environment kind of dictates your success. So not all of us are strong enough to be pillars in our communities or beacons, no matter how thick the forest is. And it takes a lot of time, knowledge and wisdom to become at a level, a lot of mistakes behind you. You come at that level where you can be that beacon or that bright light to show others, through the darkness. So there are going to be a lot of people that are going to try to tell you, oh, just do this, especially when it comes to your relatives and stuff like that. I think one of the pitfalls that I would stay away from is taking advice from like my parents for the most part, because it's kind of like the notion, if you want to become rich, you don't ask poor people how to become rich. And unless your parents are rich, I wouldn't be asking them how do I become rich? So when you want to follow success, you want to look at people that have been through the struggle, that have been parallel to your struggle. So your mom could give you advice all day, but it's kind of one-sided, and it might be the advice where she's kind of putting herself in the position of your baby mama. Same thing with your father. He may see it through your shoes and not seeing it through the big picture. So it's always best to step out of the bubble, out of your little friend zone, out of your island, and get somebody like in winning strategies, or somebody, that is even an attorney, because you can get a free consultation and get a perspective that is not somebody that is already tailored to you. So that would be my thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, that's real important. All right. Especially the piece of what Norman said about somebody that's not there with you. I'm not gonna say I don't care about you, okay, because fathers having co-parenting rights, I care about. Okay, but it's more to the fact of what is your game plan? How does it look? What do you plan to do with this child? Okay, what do you plan to offer to help the child come about? Okay, however, we don't have to give up our soul just to be a father,
Facts.
and
You
that's
don't want
what
to
I
give up your
see that.
soul, but you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up your paycheck either to become a father too.
You know, I'm about to
So,
say that too, right?
so yeah.
I'm about to
What
say,
are you? Yeah. So let's make sure that humble is humble, but let's be pragmatic and real about this. You know what I mean? Because when it comes down to it, it comes down to not only visitation with your kids, but whether you can enjoy those visits with your kids without complaining about your income. So, and that's why we try to help you out, because there are ways that you can modify a judgment. Let's say you've already been in the mix and you're already going through it, and you're just like, I'm not getting anywhere representing myself. And then you find us after you've got your foot in the door and stubbed it. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Let's say, and I'm just going to use Arizona because I know Arizona, and this is, because this is where I primarily uh, practice, and for a lack of a better term, I'm not an attorney. I'm just, a former paralegal. But as far as my in-depth knowledge on Arizona law in my own case, you can only do a modification once a year. So once a judge makes a decision, and let's say unless an extreme circumstance comes up where the child was abused or the lottery was hit or something like that, they're not going to do a modification for a whole nother year. So if you lose your job, something like that, it's very important that you go to court and let the judge know. Because even if they don't do anything about it, at least it's on record where you were proactive and you said, yo, I'm coming up to a hiccup. So if, let's say, the shit hits the fan, for a lack of a better term, sorry for the cursing, but if, let's say, it hits the fan, now you can say, well, Your Honor, if you don't remember 3, 6 months ago, whatever it was, if you look at the record, I came in here and explained to you that I had, because of COVID, because of the hurricane or whatever it was, the job was no longer available to me. And I'm currently looking, I found another job, but I'm not making as much as I was. And I haven't been able to modify. And now it's a very big strain on my income. So that's why she hasn't got the child support. And if you can explain it and show a receipt for what you're doing, no judge is going to hang you, because what's going to happen is, even if they showed bias and they still try to hang you, there's always a judicial review, there's always an appeal, and that's when you get an attorney, because then it's not looking like people are trying to help you out, especially if you're a good guy, not necessarily trying to be the you're being the good guy, you're not being the nice guy. Let's just put it that way.
All right. Now, now, I do have to say that something on Norman. You said something about, go back to what you said about uh the good guy part.
So there's a difference between the good guy and the nice guy. So the good guy does the right thing even when it's self-sacrificing. The nice guy puts on the show and makes excuses and is like, yo, the reason I couldn't be there was because of this, and this. But as the good guy, if you couldn't show up there, you have your excuse on a receipt. It's not just the words coming out of your mouth. So that's the
Okay.
difference between a nice guy and a good guy, the talker versus the shower.
Right. Now, so far I only have to give out uh one shirt. Oh, I'm gonna show you the shirt that you're gonna get, Norman. And you already saw the bracelet,
Yeah.
okay? And the wristband. But you get the I'm I was trying to bring it up, but I'm sorry, the StreamYard does not allow me to upload it. The shirt that I'm having made, as well as the bracelet. Well, you saw the bracelet. So you got Aaliyah, your children, you're four, right? And you get their names put on the bracelet.
Okay.
Um, which one, the gold or the silver or
I actually like the silver, but
okay, all
I
right.
don't think I look good in gold in my tone. I don't rock gold very well.
But listen, we'll be back next Saturday. Okay, sort of the same content, sort of the same, not the child support angle, but it's sort of the same. It's still about the fleecing of fatherhood. Okay.
Well, I think what we'll
Um.
do is when we come back next Saturday, I'm gonna start advertising on my channel too. I'm probably gonna put some in video in some of these videos because I've been going live every day on my stuff on the crime niche stuff, and it's the stuff starting to pick up on my channel. So what I'll do is in my live, I'll mention on Saturday, coming up here and about the bracelet and the discussion that we're gonna have, and then we need to get together too so we could StreamYard this on your Facebook as well as or your YouTube as well as my YouTube.
And actually, right now, you know how StreamYard lets me do it.
Hmm.
It lets me do 3 of them. I'm on my Facebook page, I'm on, Instagram, and I'm also on, my YouTube channel,
Oh,
okay?
okay. Well, then what I could do then, if you're already on live on YouTube next week, I can just go ahead and go live on my StreamYard, and I can just go through my StreamYard and coincide with you while I'm filming, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, Norman, oh, I have to go pick up they called me the other day, tell them the, DVDs are ready.
okay.
Um, so, yeah,
And I'm
but,
still waiting on the name, the four names. I'm waiting to start on that project.
don't oh my gosh, don't even worry, I had to change that up too, and I'll tell you when we get off. But,
Okay.
people, it's been real. You know I'm here. Um, if you want to help us out at the stadiums, you know we only got the game. Well, I can't put you on the list for the game for tomorrow, but we also doing the women's at the stadium thing, and we also have games coming up in November and December. Hope it's not too cold, but we have an oven where we are. Um, so if you want to get on, hey, listen, no, let me tell you what we're doing. So for my volunteers,
Hmm.
we are we have like a food program here. Steaks, chicken, burgers, and fruit. I said to all and I'm coming out of my pocket. To all my volunteers, if they come tomorrow, so I'm slated to have like 15, 16 volunteers tomorrow. I said I would buy for them giving up their time to help winning strategies. I'm buying them their packet to help out with their house because they're giving up their time on Sunday to come help out with us.
That's
And
what's up.
then one game, what game I forgot what game we had, the last game we had, we made $1,200 in tips. People get I don't know
Hey, you guys
what
better jump on that, boy. There's money to be made. It's considered,
winning strategies don't
and
get that. They get that.
you're volunteering, so that's technically free money. So, hello.
All right, man. I'll hit you up this week. Thank you. Enjoy your meal. Tell the kids to say hello. Tell your mama I said hi.
Will
Everybody,
do.
it's been real. It's been fun. You know I'm here. I want fathers to be the best that they can be, and I'm even changing my license plate to say Dadvocate. Okay, I'm changing my license plate to say Dadvocate
That's
because
funny because I was
Dad.
gonna change mine to X Seeker because everybody's like, "Yo, can you know where my baby daddy? You know where my baby?" I'm like, man, I might as well switch mine to the X Seeker because everybody wants me to skip trace.
But hey, oh, before we go, I'm gonna show you something, Norman. I'm gonna show you what I picked up today.
What's good? Is that the 48 Laws of Power?
Yes.
My
Yes.
God. My God. Hold on. Let me grab mine now. I got mine right here. So go ahead. I'm listening. Let me grab my business Bible.
Uh, number 6. Law number 6. I want if fathers, y'all can I want y'all to look up, type in 48 Laws of Power, law number 6. Okay?
Court
It's
attention
a
at all
state.
costs.
Say that again.
Court attention at all costs.
There you go. Okay. Law number 6. Court attention at all costs. Okay. Everything is judged by its appearance. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Hey, Norman, I'll be talking to you, sir.
Yeah, no worries. Just give me a call right back when you get a minute to yourself.
Yo, this is my guy, Eric Smith with Winning Strategies. And you guys already know I would not be representing anybody who did not affiliate with Father's Rights. Call my man at 443-768-8158. And if you need to email him because of correspondence you need him to look at, it's winningstrategies.fcc@gmail.com. This is Dads for the Win. It's your boy Norm. See you in another video.